Hello everyone, this is Kona, and thank you for tuning in for another TF2 commentary. This one is going to be about HUDs. If you don't know what a HUD is, HUD stands for Heads Up Display, and it's basically all the graphics on the screen in a video game that give you a lot of information about what's happening. In the case of TF2, the HUD displays the ammo, the health, and even the cart's position. And you also have the kill feed. Pretty much all first-person shooters have some sort of kill feed. TF2 does not have a mini-map though. If you guys play stuff like Call of Duty, you'll probably notice that in that game there is a mini-map that shows you where everyone is on a 2D map. But in TF2, there is no mini-map. For about a year, I've been using this HUD. This is a custom HUD and it's called PVHUD. I'm not sure what PV stands for, but it's called PVHUD. And it's been a really good HUD. I really liked it. It made the font a lot bigger so that I can easily read the numbers. Look at that spawn camper. But anyway, PVHUD had really big fonts, and it allowed me to look at all these different things easily without having to really search for it in the middle of a match. Because sometimes when you're in the middle of a match and it's really intense, you just want to know the information really quick, and if the font is too small, it might be a little difficult to find. Now there are a whole bunch of HUDs. Now I wanted to try and get a new HUD because I was getting a little bored of this old one, this one that I've been using for a very long time. I also think HUDs are kind of useful if you take TF2 a little more seriously than your very casual player. I mean, if you actually go and take the time to research how to install custom HUDs, I think you're beyond just the very casual kind of player, and you're trying to do what you can to make the experience a little more easier for you and a little more comfortable by getting a custom HUD. Now, when people are looking for different HUDs to use, they're looking for something very specific, something that suits their needs and that kind of feels right to them. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes, but for me, I am looking for a really casual type of HUD that's different layout, different font size, that kind of thing, but still keeps the theme of TF2. So that's why I really liked PVHUD when it first came out, because it used that TF2 font. Now, I've tried other HUDs as well. I've tried Garmin HUD. Garmin HUD, and specifically this one here, is the one I think that Star uses. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. It seems kind of cool. But you notice that it's very simplistic. It gets rid of all the fancy TF2-ness of the font and everything. It uses a special font. And when I've tried it, it felt okay. It's very simplistic, and it got right to the point of the core information. So it's very good. I think it's very good for actual competitive players because they don't want to deal with like the fancy graphics and all the the cool stuff. They just want to know the numbers and information. That's what they like to use. But for me, this font, even though it gave me information very quickly, it did not feel enough like TF2. Because the font changed, and even though the font is great, it did not feel like TF2. It felt like I was playing TF2 with a HUD from a different game. So I've been playing this for a while, and I'm probably going to change this. Now, a little more information about this Garmin HUD. It's a very popular HUD, and actually comes in a lot of variations and a lot of font styles. In fact, if you download everything from that website, it gives you screenshots of all the available HUD styles, and you can see all the different kinds of crazy fonts. There is, I think, a TF2 font as well, but I felt that this was a little too simplistic, and it didn't really capture the style of TF2 that I wanted. So I was off to find another type of HUD that met my needs of feeling more like TF2, and I found this one. This one is called Eve HUD. Now, one of the first things you'll notice is that it changes the class selection screen for you. It actually has each class with the custom loadout that specific class has. So I can actually see, before I select, I can see what that person or what that class is wearing, which is, I think, kind of cool. Now, what you'll probably notice is that it looks very much like the default one, but things are changed. Oh, by the way, here, I have to fix that. Whenever I play in windowed mode, I try to rocket jump and my mouse leaves the screen, and then I have to go back to it. It really sucks. I was trying to chase down this spy right here because he's an obvious spy, so I'm just kind of waiting for him. There he is. Hello, Mr. Spy. Boom! But anyway, you notice that this HUD looks very similar to the default one for TF2, but with a few changes here and there. You notice that the font is a little small. That's one of my own complaints. Is just pretty much the only complaint I have about this is that the font is small. But I think there's an override I can apply to make those fonts bigger. I think, not exactly sure. But you notice that I really like this TF2 font, and one of the reasons why I like this is that it keeps the game. Oh yeah, air shot. The TF2 font. Whenever I look at it, it just seems so playful, so like not so serious that I can't take the game seriously. You know, if I had like a super serious font, like one from, I don't know, like Call of Duty or Quake or something like that, the game would seem too serious because the font is serious. But with this, it has a cartoony type of playful font, and I just can't seem to take this game that seriously. It's a casual game for me, and I just enjoy myself when I have this setup. Now, there are other things that I like to customize about the HUD as well. You'll notice that in this game, though, that the soldier icon in the bottom left of the screen is the default soldier icon. And in some of my other videos, I have like an anime version of that. By the way, my favorite anime is Lucky Star, so I got the Lucky Star icon for all the classes in TF2. But you'll notice that it's not on right now, and it's mainly because I was recording this live, and the fish server that I play on doesn't allow certain custom things to be applied. So there's no sprays on the server, and it actually disables custom class icons. But what I usually do is I usually record a demo, and when I play back that demo, I can actually see all my custom stuff. But on some servers, you have to be aware of this if you want your custom HUDs. They might not allow everything on the HUD. By the way, this is an awesome shot. I was just waiting here. They don't even see me, and I just get really lucky right here. Random crit. I didn't like kill them directly, but I knocked the medic right into the hole. It's pretty lucky there. And again, look, knock another rocket launcher. I cannot kill anyone for some reason with the explosion. I just knock them in the hole. Also, look at this. Minding my own business, killing people, and Toady out of nowhere with a backstab. I'm sure he was looking for me. I'm pretty obvious when I play on servers because I have the golden bot killer weapon now, so when I play a soldier, I'm pretty easy to spot. Look at that guy. Now, my question for you guys is, what type of HUD do you like to use? What is your favorite HUD? Do you like to use the default one, or even the mini version of the default one? Or do you have a special type of custom HUD that you like to use? So far, I've mentioned PVHUD, Garmin HUD, and now HUD is probably the one I'm going to be sticking with for a while. But perhaps there's other HUDs out there that you guys use. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. And I get team switched.